Hello. So today I will be creating the Treaty of Versailles, or remaking the Treaty of Versailles. Now, the first thing that you will have to do is address the elephant in the room. I gotta put this in diplomatic view because I can't stand it. So the first thing that I would like to do is that annexing territories for the sake of annexation, or I'm not gonna make countries annex of other territories just because they can. That would be redundant. This is supposed to be a treaty that can last, not all the way up to like 20 years. So the first thing that I will do is give Belgium Eupen and Malmedy, and they would puppet Luxembourg because of well, I would think that Luxembourg, if we have a resurgent Germany that may pop up in the near coming future, it might invade Luxembourg. So I think that the smart thing to do would be to give Belgium suzerainty over Luxembourg and make Belgium an ally of France and the United Kingdom, or put them in the same alliance because they're already allies. The next thing I would want to do is set up, give back Alsace and Lorraine to the French Republic. Although there are a lot of Germans that live in Alsace and Lorraine, it has more historical ties to France. So I think the smart thing to do would be to give it to France. I'm not going to make an independent Saarland. I do think that the Rhineland should have mild autonomy over itself. Not like full independence, but autonomy. Known as Republic of the Since Denmark didn't officially participate in the World War, I don't think that they should be rewarded just because they weren't inside of the war. So I think that Northern Schleswig should stay in Germany until further notice. In Poland, I think the best thing to do would be to annex the Polish corridor, like the entire Polish corridor, because it's ethnically Polish. It was owned by Poland until 1792, which is 1792 and about 18. It was like half of the Polish corridor was given back to Poland through Napoleon. Although for a lot of countries already annexing a lot of Germany's land, I think the smart thing to do would be to give Germany resource rights in the areas around Danzig, or Gdansk if you're Polish. And Danzig would, well, since Germany already has multiple ports, both on the North Sea and in the Baltic Sea, I think that Poland should have at least one port for economic reasons, which would be Danzig. I would also like to give Poland Eastern Silesia, and that's all the land I would like Germany to, have. I know that Memel or Klaipėda is ethnically Lithuanian, but Germany has already lost enough land. They don't need to be completely stripped of land. That would be redundant. I think that Poland shouldn't have this entire arm, for it is mostly inhabited by Belarusians and Lithuanians. Speaking of Lithuania, I would also like to give thanks to the person that made this map, Lomax. And I would also like to give thanks to the person that inspired me to make this, the dentist. The Livonians and the Latvians, sure, they have a lot of like ethnic similarities, but they're also culturally different. Also the Latgala, which are in this area of Latvia. If you can't see my mouse, it's this area of Latvia. It also has ethnic Russians in there, typically near the border of Pskov. So I think that Latvia should unite, but under a loose federation. Estonia also gets the northern parts too. I wouldn't like to change anything with Estonia, as they are, the base of the Northwest military, which is a branch of the white government. I don't think that we should take land or give any land to Estonia, other than the northern parts of Livonia. I would also like to see I would like to give Bessarabia, or modern day, most of modern day Moldova, to Romania, because of both ethnic and linguistic similarities. They both speak the same language. They're both in the Latin family, with Portugal, Spain, France, and Italy. So I think that it would make the most sense to give Bessarabia to Romania. Crimea. Ooh. This is gonna make a lot of people mad. Personally, I don't think that Ukraine should get Crimea. Like, sure, I love Ukraine, I really do. But I don't think that Ukraine should own it. I also don't think that Russia should own it. I think that Crimea should be its own state of itself, because I know that Crimea is inhabited primarily by Russians, but the first people there were like, I think that it would be right to give Crimea to the Crimean Tatars that make up around 12% of Crimea's current population. But I would also like to give Ukraine and Russia both shipping rights in Sevastopol, but Crimea would get the majority of shipping rights there. Ukraine. I'm gonna get to the Ukraine thing in, let's just say 7,000 years, because I don't feel like angering both Ukrainians and Russians. So let's go to Austria-Hungary. Why was that so stupid, bro?
Your grandma didn't answer the phone, so go. Are you recording?
So I think that the southern part of South Tyrol should be a part of Italy, or the Kingdom of Italy, not under condominium between Italy and Austria. I think that the southern part should be Italian because of the ethnic Italians. It's majority Italian in Southern Tyrol. So the northern is not German, it's ethnically Austrian, because I don't feel like angering Austrians. I literally have a friend that's from Austria. He lives in Colorado, even though I live in Florida. Yeah, I don't really want to anger him, so yeah. I would also like to give Trieste to Italy, and also the coast of Istria to Italy. Holy border gore. Because of, well, it's majority Italian. I don't know if it's negotiable, but in my opinion, it's majority Italian. You guys can battle it out in the comments. I'm tired. I don't feel like arguing with anyone right now. I would like to see an independent Slovenian state with not independent, but like self-rule inside of Austria. Bye-bye. Because, sure, it's ethnically Slovene, and it has, and it is, it's a Slavic area, but I think it has cultural ties to Austria more. So, make of that what you will. I think that Slovenia should be like its own state under Austria, not like it's an Austrian federal state. I think that it should just be in Austria. In Galicia, I would like to give the Polish areas of it to, well, Poland, including Krakow. As in the western areas of Galicia, I think that, well, firstly, Bukovina is, well, Romanian, so I think that that should go to Romania. I think that this should be, you know, its own state known as the Galician People's Republic. Yes, I made this flag, don't question it. Because it's majority Ukrainian, I think that although it is majority Ukrainian, I don't think that it should, you know, be a part of Ukraine. I think that it should just be its own state. Though it would be in a federal union with Ukraine. Personal union with Ukraine. Croatia, Slavonia should annex Dalmatia, there's no doubt about it. Although, not all of Dalmatia should go to Croatia. I think that it has a lot of cultural Italian heritage, so I think that some of it should go to Italy. But to compensate the Croatians, they should get southern Bosnia, because southern Bosnia is, it's majority like Croatian. There's no doubt about it. It's Croatian. Italy would only be claiming the coast of Dalmatia. And Bosnia, I think so that they don't get like immediately disintegrated into 1 million pieces. Basically, Russia during TNO, or the New Order, I think that it should, well, the ethnic Serbian areas should go to Serbia. And now, it's majority Bosniak! Yay! I know that Sanzak is majority Bosnian, but like, I love Bosnia, I love Serbia, I love Montenegro, I love Kosovo. I don't think that Bosnia should just have an ethnic enclave with Serbia. I think that Sanzak should be like the Bosnian areas of Sanzak should be like under Serbia, but they should have mild autonomy. There we go. Bye bye, Hungary. And now Fayoum. It should just be a free city, no doubt about it. It's like geographically closer to Croatia, but like it has cultural heritage to Italy, so I think that it should just be condominium of Fayoum. There, problem solved. Guys, I might be the next president. Do not quote me on that, please. And yeah, Slovakia should be an independent state. I'm just kidding. It shouldn't. Well, it should. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. I think I know that Slovakia has like a lot of Hungarians, so I think that the area with Hungarian should be a part of Hungary. And this should happen. Why? Because I feel like it. That's the best argument I can make so far. But yay! And the southern areas of the Sudetenland should go to Austria, whereas the rest, I don't know why I made that voice, I'm sorry, that was really cringe of myself. Whereas the rest should go to Germany. Yeah. Danubian Federation. So I think what should happen is that the son of Karl should pass down to to Hungary's area, and after that it should pass down to the areas of Carpathia. The southern areas of part of Carpathia are ethnically Hungarian. So, and then the next area, or like the next person that passed down as emperor should go to Bohemia. Now for Albania, I think that northern Epirus should go to Greece along with this area because it should add as a defendable border. And I think we all knew what was gonna happen. Because like they always have a high risk of getting invaded, no one respects them, and the only other Muslim country in Europe would be Bosnia and Herzegovina. So I think that they should be under protection with. They should be under Italian protection. The Italian should make Albanian an official language too. But like the Italians fully annexed the coast of the area the areas around Florida. Now to Bulgaria. these areas, they're majority Greek. So I think that they should stay with Greece. I know this has some Bulgarian heritage, but like, yeah. Sorry, Bulgaria. At least you didn't lose as much as these guys. Like small faucets inside a pool, filled up with water so you can have fun too. And now to do with the Transylvanian issue. Oh my god, here we go. Well, there's gonna be a lot of people arguing in the comment section. That is ethnically Romanian. And the CK areas stays with Hungary because they have more cultural ties to Hungary than they do with Romania, even though they're literally on all sides, on all three sides. Like, think of it as a peninsula, or maybe just like a full-on island. But yeah. Now it looks even more like a blob. It used to look like just a big ball rolling around in Europe. Now it just looks like a big blob. Well, that's ethnics for you. Now to the Ottoman Empire. Here we go. There, fixed it. There, that sums up the first part of the video. Bye. I'll see you guys in part 2.